I've seen two Teslas now delivered in person, my Model 3 and my brother's Model Y, and I thought I'm going to come up with a list of 8 critical things you need to do after you place your Tesla order. This is great if you're thinking about a trade-in or buying that brand new Tesla. So let's get into all these critical steps in today's video. Point number 1 is figuring out your charging situation, and actually big news from my family. We're in the middle of a move, so I'm going to have a video coming up, a step-by-step installation of a Tesla wall connector and those updated features. So stick around for that, but I can't find my light remote, so we got the green lights today. But let's go over step number 1, this charger installation. Your options are a 220 volt NEMA outlet. So that's what I have in my current home. It's a NEMA 1450 outlet. It's common hardware for a lot of appliances, like a washer or a dryer. You can install one of these and get up to 35 miles approximately to charge your Tesla. Now, my cost was around $800 or so for the hardware and installation. And then your second option is this. So I'm gonna have real quotes from Tesla certified electricians on how much these wall connectors cost to install. You can currently pick these up at a Best Buy or at the Tesla website for around $475 for the charger hardware alone. Point number 2 is the EV tax credits. Don't miss out on this one because we're not talking about the most known EV tax credits, that $7,500 point of sale credit. The point of sale is taking effect next year. But what you can get is extra credits, thousands of dollars with those state EV tax credits. Don't miss out on this. There are deadlines for these state EV tax credits. It's something around a few months after purchase. You want to make sure to file those state EV tax credits. So after you order and you get that delivery date, you want to start researching, well, what do I need to do? What forms do I need to fill out? And the easiest way to do that is to go to Tesla's website and search for these state credits. Point number 3, you want to do this after you click that order button. So you decided on which Tesla you want, you got your ETA for your delivery. You want to make sure to get certain accessories. Now, some are optional, but some are literally required. Let's go over it. One of the most popular links down in my description below, those are the best accessories. One of the required accessories, if you will, are Tesla pucks. Now, what are these? Occasionally, your Tesla is going to have to go in for routine maintenance or inspection. The only way that these mechanics can lift your Tesla with that battery safely is to apply these pucks. So these pucks are really a must-have because if you don't have these, and let's say the local mechanic shop who's never or rarely worked on a Tesla, they don't have these, then again, you're leading to possible damage when they lift your Tesla to take a look for that inspection or routine maintenance. So right after you order, there are a lot of customizations that normal cars may get. Let's say it's aftermarket window tint or paint protection film. In our last video, we talked about paint protection film through Tesla, and although very pricey, in select cities, you can actually wrap your Tesla, and what this does is protect your Tesla from scratches and dings, and it can change the color to a customized, unique color that no one else has. If you're thinking about buying a Tesla, make sure to subscribe to our free newsletter. It just came out. Dozens and dozens of you have joined already. It's at fronttoTrunkofficial.com. Get that EV news even faster with exclusive content and more. Again, it's free. Just launched it. Would love your support at fronttoTrunkofficial.com. Here's what you want to do. You don't need to spend $8,000 to have Tesla wrap your entire vehicle and change the color. What I think you should consider is getting a paint protection aftermarket kit or quotes to cover the front of your Tesla. If you're unaware, a big mistake that I make, even now, I have my Model 3 from 2021 and it's still getting paint chips. Unfortunately, I got into a fender bender and I replaced my bumper so it looked beautiful. But now, just months later, because there's no grill, all of those pebbles and rocks are pummeling the front of my Tesla. So I am 100% getting some type of front protection at minimum for my Tesla. I would highly recommend you start looking into that, getting quotes, getting prices, and making appointments so you can get that right after you take delivery. So the next point is really important. A lot of you are going to be trading in a vehicle that maybe you've had for a long time and you don't know what the resale value even is. I traded in at the time my Jeep Compass, but one exercise that I did that will literally make you hopefully thousands of dollars, that was my case, is this. Especially nowadays, there are so many different websites where you can plug in your VIN number, your make and model, and mileage, and other factors like the condition and things like that, and get an instant quote where they'll come to your home, they'll put your car on a flatbed and take it away, and in return give you a check for that amount. One thing I would start doing after you place your order is shop around. Carvana, Vroom, Driveway. Those are some of the most popular avenues to sell your vehicle as a trade-in. I did this about a year or so ago and my offers varied by the thousands. One thing I would caution you against is if you're thinking, well, I'm just gonna trade in my vehicle to Tesla because I'm going there and it's really convenient. Well, I would warn against that because Tesla is notoriously giving the lowest amount for these estimated trade-ins. I probably looked at 8 or 9 different websites, including Tesla, and almost every single time I've checked back in for an update, Tesla has been one of the lowest. Now that's neither here nor there, but you want to do that and get these quotes so you can make the arrangements and get the most money for your trade-in, especially once you click that order button. It's going to take some time for them to come and check out your car and pick it up. So make sure to begin those steps after you place your order. Next point will probably save you some money or headaches come time of delivery as well. After you place your order, you're gonna have to wait maybe a matter of weeks before you actually get assigned a VIN number. Next step is you want to start shopping insurance. If you're unaware, any new car, especially a Tesla, insurance companies are not really sure how to handle these vehicles quite yet, and the premiums can vary largely. So here's what I want you to do. It's not enough to just go and get quotes for, let's say, a Model Y, and you tell them, I have a Model Y, here's my driving history, and they give you a quote. Well, some companies have to wait until you get that assigned VIN number. This might not be the case with every company. I just know personally, when I tried to add my vehicle to my insurance, I couldn't do that until I got my VIN number. Now that might be different than just getting a general quote, but you understand what I'm saying. You want to start shopping around those different prices because coverage and price can vary greatly. Next point, you want to do this after you place your order because again, some of these things you want on day one. Earlier, we talked about some of the more required accessories, if you will, those Tesla pucks. Well, what about the non-required accessories? I think it's still a good idea to start shopping those now after you place your order. The last thing you want to do is take delivery of your beautiful Model 3 or Y and then track a whole boot full of mud into your vehicle's carpet. They do not come with any type of durable rain or mud repellent floor mats. Check out floor mats. Screen protectors is the most popular accessory. All of those are linked down below. Screen protector was number 1. So my point is so you have those on day one, start shopping around, check out those links, and that way you can get the product in your hands before delivery day for that protection. And of course, if you changed your mind, you still have some time to order a replacement. So check out those accessories. Here's a really good one. If you're not sure what battery you have in your Tesla, there's been so many changes from the LFP battery and other new battery technology. Do I charge to 90% or do I charge to 100%? Well, here's what you want to do to find that out very, very quickly. Point number 1, again, ask your Tesla rep, can I charge to 90% or can I charge to 100%? Point number 2, this one is more after you take delivery, but at least you know where to find it. You want to go to your controls on your screen and then click on software and then click on additional vehicle info. And if it pops up that you have a lithium iron phosphate battery, that's an LFP battery, lithium iron phosphate, which again, you can charge to 100%. This is just good to know because if you're supposed to charge to 90%, which I don't think many vehicles are left at that number, you don't want to just hammer it with a 100% battery charge because over time that could lower the life of your battery. So this one applies to everybody. Speaking of batteries, now we know how to charge our Teslas. We got some of our required or optional accessories. We've learned about our insurance and other factors as well after we placed our order. What about battery range? One of the most commonly discussed features of a Tesla. How well do you know your range? Well, let me tell you a little bit about that before you get your delivery. The first week that I took delivery of my Tesla, my wife was expecting with our son with her due date any day. And all of a sudden she went into labor and I didn't know if my Tesla says I have 5% left range, how accurate is that? I had to make an emergency trip from work to pick her up to go to the hospital and I didn't think, well, how much range do I have left? Is the range accurate? Now let's get into what Tesla just announced to give you a little peace of mind. So if your car says it has 50 miles or 20 miles or 190 miles, how accurate is that? Long story short, we did make it home just fine. I've even heard that once it hits 0, there's some buffer in there as well for the range. But let's go ahead and check out this list. All of the features that Tesla factors in when they give you that final number. Here's how much range you have left. From the traffic speed to the ambient temperature around the vehicle, the humidity, the pressure, so much goes into this. So whenever you look at that range, maybe it's an emergency or you have to take a detour, you can really truly factor in that this Tesla range is very, very accurate. If you learned something from this list, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. I'm trying to do this full time one day to bring you even more content. Again, this is Matt from Funk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.